ఎందుకంటే హైబ్రిడ్ ఆర్డిఏ బాగా సెట్ దగ్గరగా ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, say now I've got data into this DSO, but when this is filled with RDA, the requests are open. So if I do normal loading, open request cannot extract it. In that case, I can go with hybrid provider. So I can create hybrid provider like Qt, linked up with RDA DSO, then automatically creates a process chain to load from DSO to Cube. Automatically, even though it's open request, it can do loading into your normal Cube again. So right click and say what is this? Hybrid provider. And రెండు కేసులు hybrid provider can go with RDA or with virtual provider also. So RDA చూపించి DSO, what was that? Why? YHY01. Okay, fine. Now what is the hybrid? I want it like cube-like object. Okay, with same dimensions, all this copied. Okay, don't worry, all the fields are copied. Just activate. అంతే, ఏం చేసేది ఏమి ఉండదు. ఓకే, అప్పుడేమైంది దాని లోపల ఆటోమేటిక్గా internally it automatically creates an info package to load from this DSO to this keyboard. ఒక ప్రాసెస్ చేయని ఆటోమేటిక్ క్రియేట్ చేసేస్తుంది. So hybrid provider goes with two things. One is with RDA, one is with virtual bus. Because we do hybrid provider with RDA because you would like to load from RDA DSO to a cube. That is not possible in normal sense when the request is open. So to do that, when I use hybrid provider, it creates a process automatically for us. I open and load edit set చేస్తుంది. Okay, done. So this is your hybrid provider which has got your cube and what? ఈ క్యూబ్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి కనెక్షన్ ఉందో, ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఉంది? Did I say that? Did I build that? Automatically when I create a hybrid provider with the RDA DSOకి నా క్యూబ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్స్ దాని DTP అని క్రియేట్ అయిపోయి ప్రాసెస్ చేయని కూడా క్రియేట్ అండి. ఇఫ్ యూ జస్ట్ when you go to unassign node generated by hybrid providerలోకి వెళ్తే మన దీని RDA DSO double click and this is created which will take data from RDA DSO to queue. Just run this. Run అయిపోయింది. If I see my data in the queue, రాలేదు. State was here data for hybrid provider. The loading జరగలేదు. But success చూపిస్తుంది. రన్ కాలేదండి. It is not run. Okay. Why it is not run అంటే actually start using meta chain or API అని ఉంది, అందుకు రన్ కాలేదు. అంటే I can either I should change it, say what direct scheduling. ఇప్పుడు అట్లానే పెట్టచ్చు, లేదా ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా ట్రిగర్ చేయొచ్చు. జస్ట్ షేయింగ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్. మనం చైన్ రన్ చేసినాము, కానీ మై క్యూబ్ లోడెడ్ డేటా బస్. యాక్చువల్గా రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎల్లో ఉంటే రిపోర్టింగ్ రాదు కదా బస్. ఇన్ RDA when the request is yellow, it does not come for reportings. Loaded into my queue. ఇప్పుడు now try to see the content of hybrid provider. ఇప్పుడు చూడు, ఇంకా వర్చువల్ ప్రొవైడర్ నుంచే చూపిస్తాను. ఓకే, డోంట్ వరీ ఆన్ దిస్. ఇప్పుడు నా did I load data from this DSO to this cube? అట్లా వర్చువల్ ప్రొవైడర్ you can create an hybrid provider when you want a cube loading from a RDA DSO to another cube. So that is one example. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే, let's say I have a data source, right? రిమోట్ క్యూబ్ చేసిన గుర్తు టైప్స్. వాట్ ఇస్ దిస్ డైరెక్ట్ రిమోట్ క్యూబ్, రైట్? నాకేంటంటే, లెట్స్ సే ఐ హ్యావ్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ లైక్ దిస్. This data source is enabled for what? Direct access. So I can connect to remote queue. If I connect remote queue, what happens? Every time I run my query, it has to read data virtually. Atloddu. Let's say as of today there are 10 records. Now read virtually. Tonight I load those 10 to BW. Then tomorrow there are 2 new records. So what should I do? The 10 what is loaded, it has to read from the base queue, and the 2 what is not loaded, it has to read from remote queue. That's one requirement. Instead of reading all data every time from remote queue, the data what is already loaded to my BW, let it read from BW. Now, which is not loaded, let it read from the remote virtual queue. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll create one more. I can use this YREM01. Right click and see what? Create hybrid provider. YHYRM01. Virtual provider based on existing. If I say new, you can create new, or the one which is already there I want to create. What I just know, what are the data source which is connected to remote cube, the same data source will be connected to my another cube also. Go, I want cube dimensions, activate. Automatically creates one more cube and connects the same data source to that cube also. With normal loading can be done. So I got hybrid provider. Now I got a queue. YHYRM01. You remember what is it? ZDA. Normal loading is being done to this cube now. You can do normal loading. Okay. Run the DTP. Data run levels. So there's a lot of data loaded. Now let me see. Now one is virtual queue, one is normal queue with physical loading. Now hybrid provider will combine both. See, I know it shows provider of this, but you get the full data now. For example, if I go here and go to my table, if I create 21, so you can only provider other చూపిస్తుంది, but actually the load which is loaded will be referring from the queue, and the 21 will be coming from the remote virtual access. Automatically, it's instead of having the query performance done, I can use hybrid provider in this case. So I can have hybrid provider based on my what remote queue, and what one is to load data from RDA DSO to queue. That is one option. Okay. Connection ఉన్నది ఇట్లా చూపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. Let me define query, then you'll understand. So can I do reporting on hybrid provider bus? అన్నీ ఊరినే ఉన్నది, ఎవడేం పెద్ద వాడరు ఉండమా. Just should know there is something. కంటెంట్లో సరిగ్గా చూపించడం లేదు. సో ఐ థాట్ ఐ రన్ క్వెరీ. ఇది ఇప్పుడు నీకు చూడండి, ఫర్ డాక్యుమెంట్ నెంబర్ 1 ఇట్ ఈస్ షోయింగ్ 3000. వేర్ ఈస్ దిస్ 3000? ఇన్ ద క్యూబ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ మై వర్చువల్ క్యూబ్? See, in the remote source, my document number 1 is only 1000, but in my basic cube I loaded it as 3000. Okay, kadana? But 21 is what? 2 lakhs is fine, but look at this. 20 రాలేదా? ఎందుకు రాలేదన్నా? But I know 20 was loaded to the queue. Why 21 doesn't come, boss? It is not combining the results. But okay, but can I still solve it by having this connected to, and you can basically build remote cube and or multi-plode, then bring it out. Actually, now flexibility emunte, the data what is loaded from the cube, what is not loaded virtual ala ravala. Okay, boss.